All right, here we go, guys. Today, I'm gonna take it hands-on and I'm gonna show you guys how I cold call. So this is gonna be me cold calling, not any of my cold callers. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use my script how I usually do it. It's different than other people's. Now it is also a little combo, a little hybrid. I take things from everyone and put it into one script or my one way of cold calling, right? I'll take stuff from Brent Daniels, Steve Trank, a couple of those guys, and I use it and try to make it my own. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get up here, start calling, and while I'm doing that, I'll have you guys listen in and you hear exactly what I do and how I handle some objections. I'm probably gonna do about 4 or 5 calls so you get a good bit of it. There's gonna be probably a lot of no's, so I'm gonna have to edit this a lot. So I'm gonna really try to cut it down to just when the people answer. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna get after it, and I get you guys at least 3 people that are interested, or 2 or 3, and then a couple that are not, and I'll show you how I handle those objections and how I would do it if I'm cold calling, right? All right, so we're gonna get in here and I'm gonna actually go after it, so stay tuned. Okay, here we go, we're back. So I just spent about an hour cold calling, and now I realized why I delegated to my VAs. I remember now, and I just wanted to show you guys a couple, did about 3 or 4 actually people that said no, but how I handled it, right? I didn't get anyone in that 1 hour, and that's why I had my VAs call for like 7 hours a day just to get 2. But first, let's get into my calls that I did in the last hour. So first, I'll start with this guy. All these are going to be people that weren't interested in selling, but I handled them a different way, right? And you can see my strategy is a little bit more unique. I actually go for a no, and we'll get into what I mean by that. We got thunder going out crazy, so here we go. I'm gonna play this first clip here. First guy I got a hold of.
Hello? Chad? Yeah.
Chad, hey, this is Gino. I was just calling you real quick. Sorry for out of the blue. You're probably not the owner of 364 Olvera Street?
I am.
So right there, what I did, when I said his name, when he answered, it pops up, and I try to say it as a friend, like, Chad? Like, we're friends, right? Say first name, because people want to talk to someone that they think they know, or someone that they feel like they know, right? They feel like they know me if I say Chad on a first name basis, right? So not only that, as you can hear in there, is when I got to the address of, hey, sorry, I probably called you out of the blue. You're probably not the owner of 123 Main Street, or, in his instance, whatever his address was. Why do I do that? Because a calibrated no is worth 5 yeses. And where did I learn that from? Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss. Some of you guys may have heard it. I'll put the link to the video that actually even shows it more on why a calibrated no is so important. But what it does is everyone's trying to reach this guy and call him. Everyone's trying to get him to say, yes, he wants to sell his house. Everyone's trying to get him to say, yes, this is his house. What I'm doing is I'm saying going negative and actually making it seem like I want to get a no out of him, right? So I'm saying, you're probably not the owner. And what he's going to say is, either a very distant yes or a no, I am the owner, right? And I get that from a lot of people is no, I'm not an owner. Or I get a very questionable yes. So they don't think that you're targeting them so hard. And cold calling, that's very important because these people are getting tons of calls, and you want to make it feel like you're doing this on accident, or you're not really confident in yourself, or you're really not shooting for the yes, right? Because they get bothered every day. I'm really just shooting for him to say, well, no, that is actually my property, right? So we'll continue where we left off.
I am.
He says he is the owner, right? So he says it in a more lower tone. So what do?
Okay, you are.
I lower my tone.
I know what I'm calling you already, but I'm assuming you probably don't want to sell that property.
So again, he says, I am. I am. So I say, oh, you are. I match his tone. It's very important to match the tone of the seller. They want to be on the same. I don't want to be acting excited like I said in the beginning where I said, Chad, and still talking to him after he says, I am. So I match it, I say, oh, you are. Okay, so you're, and I say right here, you probably know why I'm calling you already, because it seems like he's already been bothered by a lot of calls. This happens in my market in Atlanta and a lot of different other markets, that are really popular, Phoenix. Any of these people are getting bombarded with calls. So what am I doing? I'm showing them that I'm aware of that and showing some that I care, a little bit of that. Forgot the word that I'm trying to get out of my head, but it translates. So here we go.
No, we're not interested right now in selling.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, do guys buy more? Do you guys buy properties too, or you just?
No, this is a piece of property my family's had for quite a while.
I got you, buddy.
And the reason I say that, I asked him if he's looking to buy properties. I noticed this was on our absentee owners list. What are absentee owners? Usually they're renters, landlords, excuse me, that have rental properties. So I don't just let this lead go to waste. We confirmed he's the guy. We confirmed that's his property. So what do I try to do? I try to use his lead in another format. Are you interested in buying more properties? Because again, most of these people that are on my absentee owners list that I saw here that it was on are also landlords. So I picked up a lot of buyers doing this. But I can carry on. He actually, he's not a landlord, but anyway.
All right, and I'm assuming you probably have no other properties either.
Again, negative.
No other properties.
All right, well, you enjoy the Saturday. I'll talk to you, Chad.
Thank you very much, sir.
So I always ask everyone, do you have any other properties? And again, I assume you have no other properties. Because again, you're sounding helpless. He wants to rescue you. He wants to say, you know, he doesn't want to give you crap for it. He doesn't want to say, stop bothering me, you're annoying me, this and that. You're saying this with some emotional intent to it. And they're not going to attack you, sellers. I've called thousands of sellers. And what do? Hang me off the phone, get off. But when you hit them with these negatives, like, I'm assuming you probably don't want to sell it. Well, they're not gonna jump down your throat like that, right? And again, it doesn't really matter if they do it, but it's just showing you that you can control your seller's emotions, and you don't have to get them riled up. And again, if you don't want them getting mad at you, if you can prevent it, right? So use these words, go a little negative with them, and see if this helps you too. So here's another lady I talked to. I think I just talked to her, but she had another property, and she said she wasn't trying to sell this second. But let's listen to it.
Hey, Shango.
I'll be aware here too. You hear a lot of background music and some babies back there, so I tried to cover that, but obviously picks it up.
Hello?
Hey, Shango. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hey, yeah, this is Gino. Sorry for the call to Blue. I'm just calling to see if you were the owner of 3457 Amherst Parkway. You're probably not the owner.
Probably not the
Yes,
owner.
I am.
Oh, you are the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry for the call to Blue. I know it sounds like you're busy. But
So you want to make sure you are aware of their surroundings. I hear all this stuff going on. I usually, especially what I do now is when I'm closing deals, I let my cold callers call her. So when I'm closing deals, if I hear this with a lead, I'm automatically trying to not try to keep the conversation going, because no one wants to keep talking when they're bothered all over the place. So I recognize that, and I just say, it seems like you're busy. I'm labeling her, letting her know, hey, I know you're busy right now. I'm aware of your surroundings. I'm not here taking advantage of you, right?
you're probably not interested in selling that property?
No, not at this time.
Okay, I got you. And do you might have any other properties you might be interested in selling?
Always ask that question.
Not at this time. I'm looking at stuff, but not at the moment.
Okay, are you looking at selling or buying stuff, you're saying?
Looking of selling one of the properties that I own.
Okay, is that in Atlanta?
It's in New York City.
Okay, that's fine with us.
So what I'm trying to do here is, a lot of people just hang up. Okay, you're not interested in selling. We'll talk to you later, right? They're not know how to get around the objection. Obviously, her objection right now is just she's not ready to sell this moment. So I'm trying to get a little bit of information. Is it in Atlanta? No, it's in Union City. Okay, it's something we would be interested in. I'm saying in the back of my head. Okay, and I should have got her address here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I should have got the address. I was mixed in with her. You know, I hear the babies talking. I hear the noise in the background. I didn't want to really keep pushing my time with her. But again, it would not have started unless if I didn't ask if she has other properties available.
Okay, and it seems like, not the second you're looking to sell it, but when do you think we should follow
Trying
up
to
with
get a
you?
timeline.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to get some stuff situated, and then
I got
I'm trying to figure out, am I going to sell it or should I just keep it?
Babies.
Okay, and if you don't mind me asking, is there certain things we could help you to get that stuff situated quicker? Like, is it
So I'm asking her now.
tenant or something with
I'm
that?
getting away from the objection. She's saying, hey, there's something going on that she has to do, something she's not ready. So I'm trying to figure out why she isn't ready. Why, right? Because then we can solve the problem and speed up this process. And a lot of people don't do that, especially when they first start, is figure out these objections, right? Figure out why she's not ready to do this right now. Why does she not want to sell this second?
So so we could take over?
No, it's a tenant that she's been in there for a while, but, just trying to figure out, you know, at this point, what I'm going to do as far as, keeping it or, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do.
I got you, I understand. I know it's
So really now she's
so what I
clueless.
can do is
So I can see now she really, I try to go after it. We didn't get much of the objection out. I can tell she's a little bit still holding some stuff back, but she's got babies crying, all this. It's not the best time to call her. So what I do is I set up a call, and you can hear me.
put you in our system. I'll send it to some of my guys. They'll probably call you in a month from now to get some more info on the property.
Okay.
And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my guys actually call in 2 weeks. I always split the time in half, what I tell the sellers, because most of the time I've lost deals before where I tell the seller I'll call her in a month, let me know if you figure out anytime sooner, and I figure out in 2 weeks they sold the property somewhere. Or if I waited a month to call and they sold it 3 weeks ago, right? So I try to get at least split that time in half. And again, we're just gonna call and get more information from her. And that way, again, I could have just hung up on her in the beginning, but I made sure to ask her if she had other properties, and I'm gonna follow up with her. And these is how leads can, dead leads could turn into something, right? You never know. So I'm gonna go to this last one here of just the people saying no to me. If this guy helps you guys at all out on how I handle it. It's another lady here. I'm gonna start this one.
Hello?
Hey, Joyce?
Yes.
Joyce, hey, this is Gino. Sorry for the call to Blue. I was just seeing if you're the owner of 763 Houston Mill Road. You're probably not the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you are. I'm sure you probably know who I'm calling. You probably get bothered all the time, but you probably don't want to sell that property?
No, I don't.
So you see there again, exactly what I said before. I go negative, you probably don't want to sell this property. Again, she responded with a yes. I know I told you I want calibrated no's, but that yes is her, yes I am, versus yes. These people don't want to get bothered, they know why you're calling. And I label that right after the fact when I tell her, you probably know why I'm calling. Because people, they don't want to be, you know, again, bombarded, and they know why we're calling because they're getting tons of calls, right? So I'm already breaking the ice. I'm already going negative. They can't use it against me now. They can't be mad that I'm calling them, right? Because I told them, I'm sorry, I think you know why I'm calling you. So they feel hurt, right? And it might not have been for this lady it happened, but hundreds, you know, other sellers just get ticked off, and it's just a habit of mine to do it.
It's been the family for years.
Really?
Thanks
That's
anyway.
very easy. No problem. Do you have any other properties you guys might be interested in selling?
No, I don't.
So again, just ask those simple questions. Again, if it's a no, at least ask them if they have any other properties. And if it's an absentee owner's list that you're calling, maybe ask them if they're interested in buying. Right now, let me just go over what I call this seller here. So I'm gonna click play, let it go, and we talk about it.
Hello?
Hey, Petra?
Who's this?
Petra, this is Gino. Sorry for the call to Blue. You're probably not the owner of 2426 Black Forest Drive?
How can I help you?
Yeah, no, again, I'm just calling out of the blue, just seeing if you're probably not interested in selling that property.
No, I'm not.
Okay, no worries. Sorry for bothering you then.
How much you thinking about offering?
That's a good question. I would just need to get a little bit more information about it. I would love to give you a number now, but it's not really fair because I don't know what condition it's in the interior.
So I've run this a lot of times, right? What's your offer, right? So many ways to handle this objection, but one way I do it is I'd love to give you that number, but I just can't right now. I don't have enough information, right? Or like I said in that case, I just don't know what the interior looks like. I would love to do it, but I just can't right now, and it's not really fair for me. And they'll think about it, so, and then look, they'll let you.
Okay. I mean, do you mind? I mean, are you interested in talking? Like, has there been any remodeling in the last?
So I almost screwed up just saying, are you interested in talking about it? I never do that. Just simply get into it like I did right after it. Don't even give her a chance to say yes or no. Has there been any remodeling to the property?
5 to 8 years, or 5 to 8 months, excuse me.
Painted the inside, just painted it, and changed the wood floors.
Okay, just painted it, changed wood floors.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know how old the roof and the HVAC is?
Always go after those things.
No, I don't.
Since they cost the most, the roof and the HVAC.
Okay, no worries. I understand. And by the way, Patrick, we were able to, purchase this property, let's say, best case scenario, we agree on everything. How soon were you looking to, close on the property?
I'm not sure. I haven't decided.
I got you. So it would be like 30 to 60 days max. I mean, that's if we agree on everything.
Yeah.
So this all goes back to Brent Daniels. When I first started calling, I used this script where I'm going in pillars, right? The first 4 pillars, and a lot of you guys might know this. Shout out to Brent. First, condition. Second, timeline. Third is motivation, which is the most important one, at least in my opinion. And fourth, for the price. So that's what I'm doing right now. I asked her about the condition a little bit. I asked her about the timeline a little bit. Right now.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Is there a tenant involved, or is there a tenant in there? Excuse me?
No.
Don't mess
No.
it up, Chandler.
Okay, so
This
it's just
guy's
vacant
talking
right now.
behind the camera. Don't.
Okay, so I know we just called randomly, and we're going pretty quick here. So, I mean, if you did decide to sell, you know, why would you? Was it just because we called,
So
or
you
is there
get
a
the
reason?
motivation.
It seems like you thought about selling before. Just,
No, I was thinking about, I live in it.
oh,
It's not
you do?
vacant. I live in it.
So I made a mistake saying, it's vacant? Not asking, oh, do you live in it? It's a little rust from cold calling out in a while. A little rusty.
Okay, so, but you're just interested in maybe selling to move somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. And is it like, you're still staying in Georgia, or is it?
Yeah. Things
So
are.
I'm trying to get a little bit more out of her motivation. I don't really just want to get that part. I wish I did a little better job of just trying to plunge out the motivation more. You know, why are you deciding to move? Which I did ask. You know, why have you thought about selling it? Is the property getting too small for you? But I could tell she wasn't really motivated, and you'll see how I figured that out, and I was right a little later in the conversation.
I got you. Okay, and if you did decide to sell, do you know how much you're looking to get?
What's the price now?
I wouldn't mind selling it for about 160.
So while she's talking, I'm looking at Zillow, look at the price, and see on the comps around there. So always, every time someone says a price to you, don't ever, even if it's the best price in the world, I always give the so they feel like, you know, again, I've had deals where the guy gave me $50K, he said, and it's worth like, I could sell it, wholesale it for like 85, right? It's a deal already, but I still, it lets the seller know that, you know, price might not be there.
And again, I'm just going to throw these numbers to my manager here, but if we were able to take care of all closing costs and handle all the the fees, you know, obviously there's no commissions or, again, you wouldn't pay any closing costs. Do you think that's your best number?
Always ask if that's the best.
Again,
Pretty much. I know what the comps are in the area, that's why.
okay, because again, the only reason I'm asking is I just want to make sure you get
She
the best chance of getting your number.
She
approved.
sounds
I don't
already
wanna
not
make sure
motivated.
That's too much.
Right.
I got it. And I'll be honest with you too. I noticed that you know 160, and it seems like the only reason you would sell is if you got the highest, closest to market value. Is that correct?
No. Yeah.
Say it again.
Yes.
So you see there, what did I do? Hey, it seems like if you would only sell if you got closest to market value, closest to market value. Because I already know she's not motivated, right? Highest price closest to market value. She's not motivated whatsoever. So I asked her that, she says, yes, I'm automatically saying no wholesale. Not motivated, I'm not pushing this lead to my CRM unless she's willing to go with a realtor or maybe create a finance.
Okay, and that's completely fine. I understand completely. You know, but us as investors buying properties for cash at market value, it's not something we really do. So I don't know if it'd be your best bet, Petra, but I know that we could probably, when time comes,
She's ready.
I got some realtor, but I'm not a realtor. I got some buddies that are. If you need one, I'm sure you already have one. But
Yes, I do.
they could list it for you as well. But again, like you said, you have one. But the only other thing I could think of here is, if we gave you your price of $159, would you give us terms on our money?
So one thing quick, I gotta stop saying "but" out of my vocabulary again. I haven't cold called in a while, but it's hard. It's hard for me, but just don't be. "But" is not a good word to keep in there.
I would have to think about it. I'm just thinking
Awesome.
now because, since you called and you were just talking about that,
Yeah,
why I said,
well,
well,
I like that New York
again,
accent.
I'm not, looking at. Thank you.
A little bit rapport. I can tell she's from New York, right? So it's important to build rapport in these, but you'll see that I like getting right to the point. And once I see that, okay, they're very, trustworthy lead, they're talking with them, then you can build some rapport. Hey, you're from New
I'm
York,
looking at
your
it
family's
too.
from here.
Completely serious at this particular second.
Yeah, I got you. What part of New York are you from?
But if you want to give me a call back at a later time, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
It's like
Okay, I got family in Yonkers.
Oh, okay.
right over there. But okay, yeah, I can give you follow-up. I mean, again, what I mean by terms is, you know, are you willing to, I know you don't want a realtor, I know a cash offer won't work, so I thought I would throw out, you know, terms. I mean, maybe if you, do you have a mortgage on the property?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out a mortgage. I can figure out subject to or owner financing. I could do those terms. If you don't know what that is, feel free to look on YouTube. I'll go into some videos later about that.
Okay. Let's not worry about this all right now. I know you're not ready to sell. I don't want to go into too much detail here. So, what do you want me to do next? Do you want me to follow up with you in a month? I mean, what should I do?
Yeah, follow up with me in a month.
Okay, I got you, Petra. And
So very important there. I noticed, you know, when these people aren't ready to sell yet, they're not ready to go. You waste a lot of time going into stuff when they're not even ready to go yet, right? So I'm not going to explain the whole subject to process to her now because she's not even ready to go. So what I do, push her away to a month, call her back in again like 2 or 3 weeks. Now, also what you do there is you ask her when she wants you to reach out with her, right? Because they feel like they're in control. So I said, what, do you want me to call you back in a month? And let her say, yeah, that's good, right? So she's not gonna, I'm not telling her I'll call you back in a month. I'm asking her, you know, is a call back in a month good? And, you know, she gets to pick when and where she feels in control. And that's what you want them to make it feel like it's them that are in control, the sellers. So anyway, let's recap this video. I don't want to make it too long. Chandler over here behind the camera drew this up for me to go over. Let's move this down here. So it's the 3 action steps, right? So the first one, I believe it's, what is it, tonality, right? So matching their tone. So again, like I said in the one call, the lady is, you know, quiet and the man's quiet. You know, softer voice. I'm gonna match his tone, right? I'm gonna match exactly what he is. If he's saying hello, I'm gonna say hello. If it's an old lady, I'm gonna talk just like her. How are you, man? Get that accent in there. You know, I'm matching their tone. Not gonna act like all excited if they're just very, you know, quiet and, you know, don't want to talk that much, right? And then next one is empathy, putting yourself in other people's shoes, right? In their situation. So what's an example of that? Well, when I say to them, hey, I know you're getting a lot of calls, it makes them feel like you care for them. It makes you feel like they understand them because these people are getting a lot of calls, right? So you're making it feel like, again, that you have empathy towards them, right? You're empathetic. You're feeling their, you know, you're in their shoes. Sorry about that. Next one is being able to handle objections. I mean, this is cold calling. This is closing deals. This is all, you got to figure out how to handle those objections. You can see here, she said she wasn't ready to sell, the last lady to talk. She was about to hang up on me. But I made sure, you know, what's your offer? That's an objection. I'd love to give you that offer, but I need a little bit more about the property. You know, what's the price? Same thing. You know, I'd love to give you that price. I need a little bit more about the property. Oh, call me, like the lady that first called, or one of the second ladies, she said, not right now. Okay, well, what's the reason why you can't sell right now? Oh, it's something to do with the tenant. Okay, we could take care of that. And then we ended up concluding that she really didn't know what she wanted yet, right? So all these are important to handle these objections. There's hundreds of objections you can come into. Just know that, hey, knowing how to handle them and practicing the most common ones, it'll get you, you know, very far. So again, this is the end of the video. Like it, subscribe it, and just let us know your feedback. If you got any questions, hit us up in the comments. Hit us on Instagram, anywhere. But again, hope you guys liked it. Appreciate